Good morning. This task was all about negotiation.
59 euros, please.
Would you do it for 58.99?
Logistics.
Have you already got it? Because we're right outside the shop.
We've got this here already. We've got it ready.
And identification of the products.
We're not looking for an actual octopus here, are we?
I think I'll start with the ladies first.
There was a real impatience in the team in wanting to sit down and plan.
And a salt place and a market
get out there now.
much closer to
We're
where we
wasting
are.
time.
You lost control then, did you?
I didn't lose control, but I felt forced to split the team. It was impossible.
This is a classic example of the blind leading the blind. I've got your CV here, Corin. Communication and pitching, I will do well.
Absolutely. He sort of fell apart, forgetting my name.
I believe that we had an out-of-date product. That comic...
The other team got orders.
Gentlemen, now, Frank.
Yes, Lord Chair.
You are the project manager.
Yeah, so I wanted to put myself forward because I have some creative skills. David also put his hat in the ring. He has experience writing stories.
In order to get inspiration, you actually play-acted with Frank, is that right?
Can you not see it?
We ended up with you splitting your trousers, didn't you? You must have shown your parts there also, I think. Who was doing the massaging?
So it's us,
Sub-team.
Curran, with one hand. You didn't fancy challenge anyone to an arm wrestle up there, then?
No, I stayed clear of any of that.
Right. Did you sell any of these things?
Mate, do you want to buy back the straw massager?
Kern is looking very lost.
Not those, no.
I'm just trying to, find out what you did, really, because even with this task, you could have still done quite a lot in driving people in to your stand.
Yeah, and I'd certainly tried my absolute best.
Very lost.
Yeah. The story was written by your lot, right?
That's correct, yeah.
I'll get more original ideas off my photocopier, to be honest with you. So you placing the blame on David, then, for the bad story?
I think the pitching was terrible. You actually said, let me tell you the negative points. That was your exact words.
No, it wasn't very exact words.
It was.
A couple of negative points.
David, you go into a pitch, you read out the negative parts of your own product. You've got no business acumen. And for that reason, David,
We are going to pull something fantastic together. I really feel it.
you're fired. So talk me through what you did.
So we needed to decide on a concept. So, right from the outset, I wanted something that was educational.
From what I can understand from Karen, you carried on like Kim Jong-un or Putin.
You think, OK, that's enough. How about you just do what I've just asked you?
You led it with an iron fist. I mean, you were making a comic here. You weren't invading Poland.
We had a really bad first task, and I felt that everybody needed to be pulled in. And ultimately, I think we worked really well together following that.
Working with Kadisha was one of the worst experiences.
OK, so now we've got to get on to the story team, yeah?
So it's myself, Sarah and Sabrina. We picked the setting to be France, or Paris, for our first edition, because, to be honest, it's the only language that I knew at least a couple of words from.
We don't know that many French words.
Well, the grammar is wrong in a lot of cases here.
We did, that was...
I mean, you've missed a dot out here for MC, for example.
As far as I'm concerned, MC doesn't need any dots.
Yeah.
I mean, ça va is not spelt like that. So this is an educational thing of what not to do. The sub-team, your team, you set off to the craft village and you found the boat.
Yes.
Yeah.
It started off 110 euros, so I just went in and said 75, and then I looked around.
I heard a different story, actually. Claude tells me that you're like hijacking the negotiation, really.
Guys, whoever gets in first there and does it. I just went in.
But how do you know I couldn't have done it?
Look, guys.
You,
Was it me that?
Yeah, it was you. That.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well...
But how do you know I couldn't work?
So this task was all about making these high-quality donuts that people will pay quite a lot of money for, OK? And that was what this task was all about, yeah?
They don't look very appetising. Well, they look really funny.
So, who wants to talk to me first?
Don't mind.
Yeah?
Yeah.
OK. What's the name of your team?
Collaborative.
Well, you didn't even know yourself, did you?
I was mainly focused on the task.
Collaborative. Sounds like a kibbutz club. OK, now, you go back to the kitchen and you start making them, is that right?
I don't know much about cooking, but I know to place people in good positions and have a good system.
You got a bit upset, didn't you, Frank, in the kitchen?
No, I didn't.
No,
I definitely didn't.
No, can you just get on and let me do it?
Sometimes you can get a bit emotional.
Anyway, you go back to the corporate customer, and what happens there?
She wasn't too happy with the shape of the bees, so she only went with 17. So that was a bit of a hit.
What'd you do with the rest?
Oh, it's bloody lovely, that
We
is.
sold all of them, yeah.
Right, OK. I asked you to brand, make an advertising campaign for a budget airline. So, what did you do?
Should we start with the name?
Welcome aboard, PopJet.
Jet Pop? Jet Pop. She said Pop Jet.
Yeah.
So we landed on Jet Pop?
Jet Pop.
No, so it's more like, you know, in comics and things where there's like an excitement and be like an explosion of fun.
The strapline should have said, probably won't blow up. OK, now, let's get on to the pitch here, shall we? Who actually led the pitch?
I started.
Kylie opened, yeah.
I heard that there was a lot of laughter.
The laughing came from mainly when Coyote was speaking.
I think there was a struggle answering some of the questions.
Yeah, that could be right, but I mean, I did try to definitely put across the points I needed to make.
But, Curran, I think you've got to admit that I've given you a good opportunity. I wish you a lot of luck for the future, but...
I'm stepping up, 100% I'm stepping up.
You're fired. This is a very interesting task where you had to go on live television selling channel. There was not just the skills of the presenters who are up front.
Oh, shit.
Antoine, your mic is live.
But also skills behind the scenes.
The quality's really bad. It's just poor.
So I'm going to start with Tom. You put yourself forward. I was surprised about this when I saw that Jackie wasn't actually presenting.
I thought it's about time people saw that I'm also strong at pitching.
Kadisha looked like she was in pain half the time.
Look at this. It's...
Well, so... I mean, what's she doing in this boardroom?
She ended up being disruptive, wasting time.
I became disruptive at one point, but it was just a disagreement and it will never, ever happen again.
So why did it happen in our post-boardroom discussion?
I know you want to speak
sorry, I'm not middle class.
Look at
Call
you.
me back.
Look at you.
Well, this task was to design a shoe targeted at the ladies' market.
Would you buy this shoe?
No.
No? No?
Nah.
So, whose idea was the bow?
Yeah, so I think that would be my idea. The idea behind that is that it's interchangeable.
Yes.
So I think that's one of our key USPs in this task. Customisable is definitely all the rage at the moment.
Sabrina, Tom and Khadija, the first time you saw that shoe, what did you think?
It kind of looks like something I'd give to a 4-year-old girl.
OK, so let's get on to day 2, shall we?
Jackie was quite adamant that she would be good in the mobile team still. I asked Jackie and Khadija if they could both work professionally together. They both assured me they could.
You're so weird and ridiculous.
Why are you still talking?
You work well together then, you two. Like,
we did in the second
like,
day.
like matches and petrol, it sounds like to me. Did they do enough for you, as far as you're concerned, on the mobile stuff?
Absolutely not. I was extremely disappointed. When I called them at 4 o'clock, they hadn't even completed a single job.
It's okay, wait. Lift from the bottom, lift from the bottom, lift from the bottom.
It was difficult, to be honest, especially the lady with the courtyard, because there was no jet. We couldn't do the jet washing because she had no outdoor tap.
Made a mess there, didn't you?
It ended up with a load of mud.
Made it 10 times worse.
All right. Anyway, Coyote, you put yourself forward as the project manager. By the end of that phone call, you knew what your products were.
Absolutely, we knew what all our 9 items were.
So we're after an octopus with a 40-inch hose.
Yeah. Did you know what the octopus was?
We didn't understand exactly what the 40-inch hose referred to, but we found that out later on.
Did you?
Are you saying nose or hose? Is she saying hole?
We didn't actually get that confirmed.
An octopus with a 40-inch hose, it's a piece of diving equipment, OK? It's something to help people breathe underwater. Well, you bought an actual, real, live octopus, right?
Well, it was dead.
I think we've debated this enough. I have to make a decision based upon who I believe has got the capability of progressing in this process. And so, Sarah?
I'm not getting fired today.
You're fired. Off you go.